Hi guys, a quick update on the Content ID saga. There has been a development. The company known as Made in Etaly have contacted me and, well, they actually said, could you please make the video unlisted so we can review it? Now this came as a bit of a surprise to me because I had assumed that even if the video was private, all of the people in this dispute would be able to view the video in a page much like mine. So I get this little page here and I can click on it and it takes me there. I had assumed they get something similar and could view it regardless of the status of the video. And apparently I was wrong. Now the reason I made this assumption was that's how I'd make it. It seems utterly insane to me that you can have a dispute process where I can say, no, I'm afraid you're wrong, but they can't check because I've got the video as private. And there are 1,000 reasons I might want to make the video private, including preventing people from making money on it while the dispute is going on. Because setting it to unlisted is not good enough. Unlisted is pretty much public, except it doesn't appear on your channel. It still appears anywhere it's embedded, it still appears in your playlists, so if you've got it in multiple playlists you've got a hell of a job trying to hide it. People who have the URL bookmarked can still see it and so on. So there are a lot of reasons to make videos private, and especially under a dispute process you don't want views on it perhaps until the dispute is over. But apparently the dispute almost can't continue whilst it's private because the company can't check it. So this is a flawed system through and through. I think it is... They also said to me that the name of the song was wrong because the YouTube database got messed up and they've got a lot of IDs that are all wrong. I do notice that not only has the Made in Etaly claim disappeared, the song is now at least saying the correct one, which is at least a start. So, good news for me, the video is going to be returned, but I don't think this system is working, and I don't think the problem's gone. It may be gone for me. As soon as I get this last dispute sorted, the problem will be gone for me, but I don't think the problem is gone. And what I would ask is, companies like Made in Etaly and Paramis International, if you are actually honest about wanting to only protect genuine claims, you know, people, the clients you work for, and only protect their interests, and this is not some elaborate scam, and I am willing to accept that. I'm willing to accept it on face value that that is the case, that these companies are honest. And the reason they seem honest is just an unfortunate accident of a broken system. Because the system is broken and it does make them look bad. I mean, they might think that my video made them look bad. It didn't. You only have to Google the company name and copyright claim to see the sheer volume of discontent there is out there. And they should be as unhappy about that as we are. And I think companies like Made in Etaly and so on should actually contact YouTube and say, fix this. Here are a list of suggestions. I mean, I've got loads of suggestions. The whole thing about the private video, which I think is just terrible design, get it so that if there's a dispute going on and, you know, if they claim my video and I say, no, here's a dispute, they get access to the video, or at least give me the option to give them access. I mean, maybe there's the odd time when you don't want them to see the video anyway, but you're still going to say, no, you don't own this video, and if you know, because it doesn't contain what you say it contains, it's my record, and it's not going public until such and such a date. If you want to watch it then, and then put a claim in manually, be my guest, but in the meantime, back off. Maybe there should be that option. But for a lot of us, I think a lot of us would just like to go, yeah, we're making this video private because, well, of the reasons I've already suggested. We don't want people to be viewing the video until the claim is resolved. But you can see it. You can see it, you can watch the video and decide whether or not we are actually on the up and up. That's an option that should be there. Suggest to YouTube that the revenue is held and not given to you. I mean, if these companies who are claiming these records said to YouTube, look, seriously, while there's a dispute going on, leave the revenue being calculated in the bank and only assign it once the claim has been released. Right there, that sends a massive message that this is not a scam. Because of course, then when you release a claim, you will not be benefiting from it in any way. You won't be getting 3 months of free revenue, and it will remove the impression that that's why companies are doing it. And it will also remove the incentive for companies who, and there probably are some companies who are doing that. There are some companies out there who are literally doing this deliberately, and they make you look bad as well. I mean, if you're on the level, if you are trying to protect your clients and you are trying to do the right thing, and you know, Made in Italy did the right thing by me. They did exactly the right thing by me. They've been nothing but polite and professional with me, and so, you know, my judgment of them, as far as I'm concerned, looking at it on face value, was wrong. But if they want to fortify the view that they are actually an honest company, they should be pushing YouTube as hard as we. They should be saying to YouTube, fix this. Stop having songs being flagged just because they share drum beats. It's not enough. It's not enough. Especially seeing as a lot of songs now use the same damned drum beats. They buy these stock things from places, they are allowed to use them, and you're matching two songs that use the same drum beats and saying they're the same song. They're not the same song. Stop doing that. Fix it. Or at the very least, when you make such claims, put a big warning on saying they didn't use the entire song, or they just used this drum beat, something that lets these companies know this might be a bogus claim. Because in the end, you know, my initial thought was what we need to do is set up a system to help find companies that are trying to scam people and change the system so that they cannot scam people. But I actually think the real fix is the latter. You've got to change the system so it cannot be used to scam, and so that it helps the dispute process move more smoothly. Oh, and stops coming up with false hits. That just, you've got to fix that. That is just insane. So that's my new call to action then. For these companies who are getting involved in all of these claims, ad rev, for God's sake, how many of these claims do you have to release daily? Tens of thousands? Hundreds of thousands? It's got to be a lot. Ad rev should be contacting YouTube and saying, seriously, you're costing us a fortune in man hours. I think YouTube are more likely to listen if they hear it from both directions. And that is about all I have to say on this. So big thank you to everybody who helped out on this issue, and thank you to Made in Italy for resolving this very, very quickly and making me aware of a number of the other issues, including the privacy one. That did come as a bit of a shock to me. And thank you guys for listening to me rabbit on. I will make one more video. When this one gets resolved, I will make a video telling you, because I believe that will be the end, at least with regards to my channel. It may not be the last video I make on this subject, because I still think this subject needs to be dealt with. Okay, thanks for listening.